Hello, welcome to my kitchen. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. My name is MC and today I want to show you how to make this delicious pasta bake. If you're a lover of lasagna, pizza, you're going to love this. It's a favorite in my family and I can't wait to show you how to make it. If you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to click the like button and leave me a comment as we go along. For ingredients, we will be using the following: tomatoes chopped, onions chopped, red bell pepper chopped, green bell pepper chopped. In this bowl, I have two types of cheeses. I have cheddar cheese and I have Parmesan cheese. I have tomato puree. This is the type of tomato puree that has onion and pepper in it. I will also be using cooking cream. If I can't find cooking cream, and it's usually very expensive, I use full cream milk. For this recipe, I'm using penne pasta. It is actually perfect for this. Please do not use spaghetti for this recipe because it is too thin. You need a pasta that is big, bulky. I'm using beef mince. You can use chicken, you can even try turkey, but this is what I'm using for this particular recipe. Let's get cooking. So in a pot with boiling water, I'm adding the pasta and then I'm going to add some salt to season, stir it a bit and allow it to cook. This particular pasta cooks for about 10 to 12 minutes. So always check your pasta for the cooking instructions. Sometimes they take 5, sometimes 7, sometimes 15. It all depends on the package instruction. Heat up a pan and then add some vegetable oil. I'm using a very big wide pan because I'm cooking a lot. This is going to last us for the week. We're probably going to eat it about 2 to 3 times. Once the oil is hot, you add the onion, fry for a bit, just for about a few seconds, and then we're going to add the rest of the peppers, which is red pepper and green pepper. I like to stir everything together and then just allow to fry for a bit. This takes about 2-3 minutes until it softens. Once I'm satisfied with the texture, I transfer some of them to a bowl and then I set it aside. But I continue using the pan to make the rest of the sauce that we're going to make for this pasta. Once you set the pepper aside, I'm transferring the minced beef to the pan and we're going to cook it till it is brown. That's when you know it is cooked. This takes about a few minutes. I'm also going to season it while cooking. I noticed that lately I've been using a lot of minced beef and that's because there's so many things you can do with it. We have minced beef, minced chicken, and there's so many things you can try with them. This is just basically ground beef. Do you understand? Beef that has been blended, ground. That's what it is. Like I said earlier, you can also use chicken for this. So just grill your chicken or boil your chicken, season it, and then cut it into little chunks. I'm using ground beef because I wanted it to taste more like lasagna. I'm seasoning with beef seasoning. I'm adding some salt. I'm adding garlic powder. I'm adding ginger powder. I'm also adding some ground red pepper. I'm adding thyme for taste. I like the flavor it gives. And we're just going to stir everything to combine it. This sauce that I'm making, you can use it for different things. So not just pasta bake, you can use it on just spaghetti, like cook spaghetti and use it as the sauce on it. You can use it with yam, you can use it with potatoes. So this is a nice based sauce for you to know how to make if you don't know how to make it, because you can use it for multiple things. As you can see, as it is cooking, I'm just patting it down just so that I can scatter the lumps. I don't want cocoa inside my inside my pasta bake, so I'm just pressing it down. While I was cooking, the pasta got ready. So what I'm doing is transferring the pasta to a sieve so that it can drain, and then I'll just place it back on the pot and set it aside while we make the rest of the sauce. To make this sauce, I'm adding the tomato puree at this point. I'll also add the fresh tomatoes that were chopped. Just seeing the color like this makes me so happy. So we're just going to continue to cook this until it is ready. You're going to taste it, so taste for salt. And if you notice, I don't just pour everything. That's because I want the tomatoes to drain. There's a lot of water in it, so I just don't pour everything straight into the pot. Now I'm bringing back the pepper and I'm adding it at this point. I just feel like putting it at a later stage preserves the flavor so that it's not lost in the cooking. This is just something I personally do. So now just stir till it's cooked. Now it's time to add the cream. This makes it extra yummy. If you're not someone that cooks with cream, I would just suggest you try it if you haven't, especially for pastas. I use cream a lot for pasta and I use cream a lot for potatoes. So what I do, because cream is very expensive, I buy it for about 3,000 naira. So I make sure whenever we get it, we use it for all the meals that we can. We maximize it. Now that the sauce is cooked, I'm just going to add the pasta. I'm not using everything, I'm adding it bit by bit just to make sure the sauce is enough for the pasta. So I'm stirring everything together to make sure it is well incorporated. But this is not the end of the cooking process. If this was like typical pasta that I make, by the time I put sauce, it is the end. But we're going to take it a step further by putting it in the oven. This is what is going to take it to another level. Anytime I make this dish, we end up doing it back to back. So there are just some meals I cook in my house that if I cook it today, tomorrow they will demand for it again. So once I make this dish this week, we make it again next week, just till we have enough. Now I'm transferring the pasta to a baking dish. This dish can go in the oven, so get something like that. It's very necessary. It's one of those essential tools you need to have in your kitchen because it can transform your cooking. Once the pasta is transferred to the baking dish, I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on it. So this depends on if you like cheese and the amount of cheese you like. We really like cheese. My son loves cheese and I love cheese as well. So we're going to sprinkle a nice portion on the top of this pasta. If you don't sprinkle enough, you're not going to get that like golden crispy top that we're looking for. I bought the cheddar cheese and the Parmesan cheese in blocks, but I've already shredded them with a shredder to get this consistency. Now I'm going to take the pasta and put it in the oven. I'll bake it for about 20 minutes till the top is golden crisp like this. Some people like theirs like creamy, but I like mine like toasted, because once it's toasted like this, it's like crispy and it is so you need to let it cool before serving. So just let it cool just a bit, not like it's totally cold. And this is usually the hardest wait. I always burn my tongue when I was making this. I burnt my tongue because I just could not wait to cut into it and just have a very delicious bite. So this is my delicious pasta bake. You can try it with potatoes. You guys like remixing my recipes, so try it with potatoes. Let me know how it goes. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you try my recipes, tag me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'd love to read from you. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, subscribe now because there are more recipes coming. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!